Morning YouTube, it's Joe here from South East London, eBay reseller. I've just got back from the car boot sale, the Saturday one, the only one which I'm going to at the moment. I'm just going to show you what I've picked up, also some things that I've got going out this morning. Picked up a few things that I've not had before, so yeah, just interesting, some of the same old stuff, but a few things I'm sort of experimenting with a little bit at the moment. I've got a couple of really nice pairs of trainers. I've got these New Balance, got a tiny little bit of marking there, but the tread is excellent on them. And these are New Balance 860 V4s. They're quite high-end sort of running shoes, and paid £5 for those, but should get about 25 to 30 back on those. Off the same lady, I bought these really nice Nike Air Max trainers. They're in really nice condition as well, really good, and should get about 30 quid back on them as well, and they were £5. I do have a couple of other pairs of trainers very similar to this, but these ones, it was just the quality of them, they're just really nice. So yeah, the tread pretty much like new really, so that was really good. I picked these up off a guy who I always buy stuff off of. They're not, I wouldn't ordinarily go for them. They've got a little bit of mark there and no laces, but I do have loads of laces upstairs. The tread's pretty good on them. Don't be deceived, that's how those are sold, with that sort of furry tread. So yeah, and they were £2, and I only bought it because he always holds stuff back for me, but I should still do alright with them. Should still get about, I don't know, about 15 quid back on them. A few little PS2 games, Jewel of the Roses, that was 50p. I've sold that lots of times in the past for like 7 quid, I think. Ratchet and Clank 1, Jak 2, and Jak and Daxter Persecuted Legacy, those were 3 for £2, those ones. And they're all games worth picking up. There's not huge amounts of money in them, but they do sell. Kent Monopoly, which is in nice condition. It's just missing one of the metal tokens, but it's still got 9 of the 10, and everything else is in there, and it's in pretty good condition. So I should do alright. That should get about 15 quid back on that. That was £1. And then Downfall, which I've had in the past. I did really well on one of these before Christmas. I think I got about 25 quid or something crazy for it. But that one's 100% complete, and they go for about sort of 12 to 15 quid you can get on those. This is something I've never picked up before, interestingly enough. It's some sort of like erotic fiction, I think. Just various books here. This one, I looked up a couple of them. I looked up that one, and I looked up this one. And yeah, and they were, the guy wanted sort of like £1 each, and he had a few other ones, and I gave him £4 for these 6, and I'll just do them as a bundle, see how they get on. One guy's trying to sell this one for 20 quid, this Opium one, where is it? A few of them have sold in the past, but there's, I don't know, yeah, that one sold for about 6 quid, so there might be a bit of money in them. I'll probably just do them all as a bundle, because I don't really know enough about them to do them individually, but yeah, that was something which I've not had before. Guy was back with his 10p CDs and just picked up a load of them. Some of them might be worth selling by themselves. This like Louis Theroux, maybe not. I think Magpie offered me like £1.30 on that, and you only get about 4 quid if you sell it. Neil Diamond, the jazz singer, Feeder, sort of special edition, Nirvana Unplugged, and then Guns N' Roses. And I think all the rest of these, Blur, bit of Oasis, all this stuff is, I've got a couple of Chemical Brothers CDs. I'm trying to make up a bit of a Oasis bundle, so I've got quite a few of their albums. Snoop, I mean, all this is pretty much just Music Magpie stuff. It was 10p each, so yeah, that's what I've got there. And then the other stuff, which I picked up, which I wouldn't ordinarily bother with if you see it, but it was going pretty cheap. A guy had a big box of like PlayStation demo discs from the official PlayStation magazine, and he didn't know what he wanted for them, so I just said, oh, I'll give you 2 quid from it all, and he was happy with that. There's a couple in here. This one, it's like there's a couple of official ones, this demo one and this one, and people have managed to get about 10 quid for this this demo disc for some reason. Just see if I can get it out. Yeah, the registered users demo, and then there's one in here just called Demo 1, and people have done reasonably well on that. So for the bundle, I might get about 20 quid back on them, maybe a bit more, but yeah, that would probably be about it. So yeah, it was probably worth picking up for a couple of quid, but I'm not going to take too much time over it. Some people have listed them individually for about 5 quid, but I just, yeah, they'll probably be the guys who end up buying them off me to then just relist. In terms of sales, yesterday I did alright. Did not so many sales, but some good ones. I managed to shift 2 sets of these 940 XL inks, and I got 45 quid for each of those, and they're both going to the same person, so that's great, so I can save on the postage with them. Having paid £2.50 for each of them, so paid 20 quid and got 90 back on that, so that's good. Less obviously the fees, etc. This pair of Nikes got 23 quid for those shipped, which was good. And then sold some good SNES games. I got 9 quid for Royal Rumble, got 15 quid for Kirby's Ghost Trap, I got 40 quid for Zelda, and those 3 are all going together to a guy in Ireland. He was just buying them, he didn't even try and combine the postage or anything, but I will send him 3 quid, I mean I'll send him a bit of postage back, so I don't want to rip the guy off. And then just this Super Tennis for 4 quid. I did actually get my first neutral feedback. I think I've got, over the last year, I think I've got 2 neutral feedbacks. One because I sent a Risk board game to a guy in Malta, and some of the pieces moved out of their little sort of where you sit the pieces in there, and I was like, well, I can't really do much about that. It travelled 2,000 miles, but you know, that was beside the point. And I got another neutral feedback. So a guy bought a game off me, bought Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, is how I had the game listed. Is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I had a picture of the front and a picture of the back, and he got the game and he said, this isn't Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I thought this was Super Street Fighter 2. And it's not, it's Super Street Fighter 2, it's Street Fighter 2 Turbo, something like that. And I just thought, oh, goodness sake, you know, he thought I was trying to like rip him off, and because Super Street Fighter 2 is a more valuable game than Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and I just made a slight mistake in the title. But when you're selling Super Nintendo games, you put Super in them, and Super Nintendo and SNES and stuff like that. He just hadn't read it and hadn't seen the picture. And I said to him, look, mate, it's got Turbo written in it like 5 times the listing. You know, there's just nothing you can do for some people. And I just said, look, I've got a picture of the item. It's exactly the item you bought. I've got the full title in there. I don't really know what else I'm going to do. But the guy's left me a neutral feedback. And it's really frustrating because that does all sort of affect your performance seller rating. And I think I've lost my 15% discount again now, because you get a couple of items go missing, that automatically counts as a strike or counts as points against you, even if you've got them as recorded delivery, or even if you can see where they are. As soon as they don't get delivered and it's not your fault, unfortunately that counts against you. So yeah, a bit frustrating, a few of those little things, but hopefully I'll shift a load of things this month and get that back again. But yeah, just a little bit annoying. But you know, that's me. That's what I've been up to today. I'm not going to go out Sunday morning. I've got more running to do. So yeah, post these off now. Might have a quick whiz in the charity shops, but not expecting to find too much. But anyway, hope you guys are well. Cheers. Bye bye.